a new practical-based pedagogy approach to overcome my weaknesses of traditional approaches at classroom environment. So actually in the beginning, I discussed that basically for this presentation, though you said 10 minutes, so some of the teaching strategies are not effective as others. As I said, so some strategy probably good for the subject of business, but not for IT, for example. And various teaching terminology is actually exist, and many professionals are confusing with using this. As a result, their teaching is not very effective as others. So as a result, to overcome the situations, or especially for particular like a lifelong learning or other areas, I propose a new approach. Thus, the short acronym is POWLIT, a practical approach with lecture, image, and text. And then I implemented this in a small scale, and then I found some of the very really promising outcomes. So that's I'm going to share through these presentations and the paper. So as I already said that there are many pedagogical terminologies that lead to professionals very challenging this, and they make them very confusing as well. So because of the challenging and confusing, so their teaching are not effective as others. So and then teaching should know is strategies and techniques very so basically when the teachers will teach that one, they have to know that very well that what strategies and technique they are going to use it and effectively they have to use. Otherwise, they will not get good outcomes, means learning experience will not be good enough for the students, that one. And as I said, so many of the professionals, they use teaching technique and teaching method interchangeably. As a result, again, this confusing for all of or many of the professionals as well. So this is actually this my after doing this what's that called, this literature reviews, that I draw that this sort of scratch diagram of the things. So as I said earlier that teaching theories, I put it outside that, and then the core point I put it teaching techniques, that one, that are linked to preference styles and tools. So let me to just explain a couple of terminologies here that sorry that yeah. So teaching theories are the broad term, and as a result why learning workers, and there are many more teaching theories that I also discussed that one. And as I said, it's a broad term, so I put it outside that. And then teaching approaches, how teaching should be done based on that teaching theories. That's mainly two type of teaching theories: student centered, teacher centered, and then teaching method I'm talking about. And then, as I said, this one is very narrow, specific visions of how the teaching take place, that one. And then I'm talking about the teaching approaches, or sorry, strategies. The strategy is set of methods or activities to deliver a lessons, actual lessons, the lessons, and then many more strategy can be used, like active, passive, blended learning, other things that. And then the next, the more core things, that is learning techniques, that is step by steps that a tutor or teachers will use it to deliver the lessons. And then the many modes, the techniques could be like brainstorming, graphical presentation, but these are mainly different on the tutors. So because this can be the same method or that strategy, but that a technique will be different based on that tutor's learning experience, other things. And then this delivery can be enhanced through that teaching tools. Different type of teaching tools can be available. So AI enabled tools, Canvas, modules, other things. And then we're talking about, as I said, so this mainly depend on also the learning style, and that learning style means teachers and learners learning style. When again literature review shows that if they match I mean teachers and learner style, that means that a student will have a better outcomes, that one. And the last one is learning preference. I think it's a little bit gone down. So visual, auditory, and kinesthetics. So that's the methods. And I think I already said that when that there is a traditional many more teaching methods there, and they have many disadvantages that one. And again, when I did the research, then I found that modern pedagogical teaching approach, though they overcome some of the many of the weaknesses of traditional one, but still it is not fit for many of the subjects or many of the areas. So this is the reasons. Just this is the core things I'm going to talk about here, rather than discussing again the other things within short time. So teaching techniques should be more aligned with the subject to benefit student and enhance the learning experiences. This is the core point, that one. So when it is not matching or it is not going to align very clearly, then the student will not get better understanding or outcomes. This is the reasons I'm proposing actually the my as I said, so that framework, basically you could say that practical approach with lectures, image and text. So what or how it works? So just I have given here is example, and this example, or this is the way I actually apply this concept on the ESOL entry level 1 students, that one. So let's say the traditional method is telling on, or the teacher is teaching that what is apple, for example. That probably the tutor will draw it and they say, okay, this is apple, they're writing like that. But this, when we will apply these methods, means it is coming lectures, image and technique, that one. So let's say instead of just one black and white apple, so I'm putting it through the using, of course, using the technology, that one. So the different type of apple, like a green, pink, red, yellow, and then I'm giving a little bit description as well, probably depending on the sessions or codes. Very simple, description can be given, that one. And then there is appropriate sound, spelling, and then as I said, so here this is the text, and then making sound. For example, here is the sound means lectures, and then the students will probably learn better using this approach, that one. So this is the one. I think here I said in my methodology section, that one about 30 students in the ESOL class I applied in the last year. And then really that all of them, they love it, and they said they learned much better this way, that one. And then again, I applied the similar concept on the another area, the first year of degree in computer science. So for example, when I'm teaching, let's say, programming, that means then this is the code of 100 line of code, for example. I'm giving it as a traditional technique, but it is not good enough for a student. So you could see when I'm applying this concept, then just I have given the names, skeleton of the programs. So like I'm dividing the program into different part, but I'm not giving actual coding in the beginning to show, okay, this is like a framework. This is the things I'm going to teach, that one. And then step by step, I'm going to illustrate that one. So this is the way I applied on the first year of degree students. And then dividing to three different groups, that one. Again, all basically the students were very happy. They said all of them happy, but as I said, majority of them, they said very happy, that one. They learn much better. But still I felt that the technique can be applied to other areas, such as like a business, laws and management. Probably maybe more research I need to do that one. But at the moment, with the 60 students on that different classes, I applied this ESOL and computer science, and they provided me very good result then. And that this is the reasons I felt that, okay, this probably the method or framework would be very useful to enhance student learning. So yeah, this the short presentation, I believe, that covers most of the things.